Welcome back to the Jet Set. With the world open again, everyone is looking to get out and explore. So what does travel look like post-COVID? Well, here to get us prepared to travel in 2023 and 2024 is travel advisor and trends expert Melinda Fortunado. Melinda, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's great to see you.
I'm so happy to see you. Okay, a new year. We're in 2023. What are some of the trends that you see happening this year?
Italy. All of the United States is going to Italy, definitely. Europe, Portugal is huge, Croatia is huge. And those were a lot of the same things that we were seeing before, but now it's just nonstop. Everyone cannot wait to get out.
Is this because, are you seeing a trend where a show is filmed someplace and then everyone wants to go to the place that the show was filmed, like the White Lotus?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, definitely. And that was like that before, too, you know, with Downton Abbey. And and Emily in Paris is another one.
Yes.
So, yes, that's definitely a trend. But this just started as soon as everything opened up last summer. It has just been nonstop. Everybody can't wait to go.
So if we're thinking about traveling this summer, what do we need to do now for summer 2023, especially if we're thinking about traveling to Europe? What do we need to do?
You need to book it now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already seeing hotels categories are limited, flights. There are not as many flights available. I think, you know, the airlines don't want to cancel like they were last year. And so if you see the flights and it's the right itinerary, you need to book it. And I'm talking through September and October.
Yeah, you really need to get on it now.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times we talk about being flexible with your plans, and this is why someone needs to really get in touch with you to make it, you know, because a lot of people get to the airport and they're like, oh no, my flight's canceled, what do I do? So do you recommend that people kind of have a plan A and maybe like a plan B and maybe a plan C just in case, because so many things are changing all the time?
Well, I mean, you just can't predict if that's going to happen. And I mean, having a plan B and plan C, it's nice to have in your head, but the domino effect of flights, travel insurance is really important.
Yes.
And how you're packing is really important.
Yes.
You know, taking as much as you can with you on the plane in case, you know, your baggage doesn't show up when you do.
This is why you are our travel advisor. What's on your trip schedule this year? What are you doing this year?
Well, I'm going to Spain, so I'll be traveling around Spain and seeing a few different places. Greece, definitely. I send a lot of people to Greece, and that's not some place that I've been. So, yes, definitely going.
You are going to have the best time ever. The food is amazing. The tomatoes taste like the sunshine. You are going to have the best time ever.
Can't wait.
It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so another thing we're talking about is if you want to start traveling big time, like big travel, even for 2024, you kind of need to start now, right? To kind of research and getting everything together.
Yes, I mean, flights, obviously you can't do that, but you can come up with a shell itinerary. You can research some destinations that might have the kind of experience that you want. And, you know, and also with hotels, they're starting to open up a little bit further out, but that can be a challenge when you're looking that far ahead. But cruises, for sure, are opening their itineraries way in advance.
What are some of the cruises that you like these days and you're sending people to?
I mean, Antarctica, I know we were talking about that. That's a big one. Expedition cruising in general, the Galapagos. And going around Iceland, going around, you know, the UK, I mean, the Mediterranean, those are all, depending on whether you want warm weather or expedition cruising, those are, you know, definitely
It is. A lot of people, I think, especially coming out of COVID, they're like, I want to have an adventure. I want to get out and do all the things that were kind of taken away. So I want to really go for it.
Yes.
Do you have a kind of dream expedition trip that you want to do?
Well, I think the Galapagos. I think that's just someplace that is just magical and peaceful, and you know, I mean, they're trying to salvage it and keep it the way that it is, and you know, I hope that we're always going to be able to do that. But that's definitely high on my bucket list.
Oh my gosh! If you could say one thing to people that are really also ready to start big exploring, what's kind of some advice that you have for people who are like, oh, I don't know if I can do that or should? What do you say to people who are watching like, oh, I would really like to do that? What's your advice?
Well, I think that, you know, part of my job is to know about the world and how you can do that and make it, you know, attainable. But it's also to talk through people. What kind of experience do you want? How do you like to travel? What kinds of things do you love? What kinds of things do you hate? So reach out to a travel advisor because they can help narrow things down and make it more of a reality.
Do you have clients that you've booked trips before and then they come back to you and say, okay, Melinda, that was amazing, but now I'm kind of looking for something totally different. And then you kind of guide them, well, maybe you might want to think about this, or maybe I just heard about this trip. Is that kind of what you do with some of your clients?
Yes, and in fact, that's another trend that I'm seeing now post-COVID is people want 2 or 3 trips down the line. So that is absolutely something that we're talking about. We're, figuring out what's going to work for their family, what the timeline is, and then making a plan for the next 3 years.
That's why, Melinda, everyone needs you. Okay, where can people come find you to plan their expedition?
Yes, so my website is besttrvl.com. And you can, if you Google Melinda Fortunado, you will find me.
I'm telling you, everyone, she will help you. We'll be right back with more of the Jet Set right after this.